Hello everyone, welcome to Cellopedia, this is Maxim. I still remember that dreadful moment backstage, minutes before I had to play Shostakovich Concerto No. 2. I suddenly realized that I don't remember how to start it. And the only reason I had a successful performance is that I prepared my memory well ahead of this important moment. Today I will share with you how I have done that. And that worked for me as a performer, and that works for my students to overcome this anxiety to play from memory. First, let's clear up something important. Learning the piece and memorizing it are not the same thing. When you just learn a new piece of music, your memory works like a line of dominoes. You start at the beginning, you play it note by note, and it works just fine as long as nothing interrupts you. But if just one domino falls the wrong way, you get nervous, somebody coughs in the audience, you make an easy mistake, everything falls apart. And then, what you do? Well, the only way to fix it is what the beginners do. Go to the back of the piece and start over. Memorizing for performance is different. It's like having a map with very clear landmarks. Here is an important melody with 3 chords at the beginning. Here is a difficult shift I spent so much time learning. Here is the tricky passage. I need to make sure that I don't rush those triplet notes. And so on. When you have such a map, of course with many more landmarks, you don't panic. You forgot something, you go to the nearest landmark. And perhaps after the quick moment of hesitation, you keep going. You might think, oh, but I don't want to stop. It will make me too nervous. Well, then the next step comes. You turn this map to the road map. When I learn a new piece, I always try to build this road map. Before I try to memorize even a single bar, I ask myself, what are the main sections? Beginning of the piece, sometimes we call it exposition, the middle part, sometimes we call it development section, or the last part, which could be called recapitulation. Where do important changes happen? There might be key change, might be tempo change, might be just change of the pace when music goes much faster. And where are the places where I might likely mess up if I'm not carefully memorizing it? Take your score and literally write those things in. Circle the main melodies. Draw the vertical line between sections. Write lyrical part, stormy part, dance, whatever makes sense to you. This way you are teaching your brain. Instead of thinking, there are 15,000 notes in this piece, you think, no, that's just one story which has a line from one thing to another. And of course, the story is much easier to remember than 15,000 separate notes. Is that all? Of course not. The next step, use your ears. Hear this piece in your head. The experience tells me, if you cannot sing the piece, you cannot securely memorize it. The truth is, you don't have to be a great singer. Actually, you might even hate doing it. But you can hum it, you can whistle it, you can just simply tap the rhythm. Doesn't matter what you do. Make an effort, and your inner ear will train your brain so you will always know what comes next. Here are a few practical ideas you can use. While practicing, put your instrument aside and try singing a phrase or two. While waiting in line, driving, or walking outside, try to imagine yourself performing. Imagine each shift you make, bow directions, and sounds you might be making. When you listen to your favorite recording, try to imagine yourself playing. Try to feel it. Try to anticipate the next sound your instrument will make. This way, your inner ear will be your guide when your fingers will get a bit nervous. But of course, you have to train your hands. The secret is you don't have to trust them alone. We often say, it's in my fingers. This is motor memory. Motor memory is great until it isn't. It's like autopilot, very helpful, but you still need to learn how to drive your car on your own. Here are a few tricks you can do to improve your motor memory. Practice slowly, with full attention to every note. Change rhythms and bowings to keep your brain challenged. Practice with different hands if you play piano. Or, of course, for string players, play some passages pizzicato. And then don't forget to test yourself in very simple way. Stop in the middle of the phrase. Take your hands off the instrument. And then name the following notes. Remind yourself which fingerings you will be using, or bowings. If you can verbalize it, it will help to your muscle memory too. Is it it? Of course not. You need to create performance cues. Those are just a little mental notes you prepare in advance, in very specific spots which help you to stay on track. For example, here is a big shift to the 7th position. Here is the subito piano, which changes character immediately. And here I have to remember that a similar melody goes one step up rather than 3 steps down. And when I practice, I approach those spots and deliberately think about them this way, again and again. Over time, those thoughts become automatic, and then they come to my mind to rescue me in the moments when I need it. Another very important thing to remember, we need to learn how to start the piece from different spots. Remember the domino chain? We need to break this habit. Just the moment you learn how to play the piece through, start playing those mental games with yourself. Begin from the random spot. It could be the second measure of the 5th line. It could be somewhere in the middle of difficult passage. It could be beginning of the lyrical theme. At first, it will feel totally weird and uncomfortable. And then it will make you invincible. And we have more tools to make your memory stronger. Try adding emotions and visual imagery. This way, you will develop your emotional memory. Think about your piece. Give each section a feeling or even a little story. Here, I imagine myself traveling by boat. Here, it feels like a thunderstorm. Here is a chase. And here, all the clouds are gone. It's a beautiful summer day, and I'm happy and relaxed. Your body and the mind will remember this feeling, and the notes will come along with it. Visual memory helps a lot too. Well, don't panic if you don't have it. There is a chance you might even develop it working on music. Some musicians say that they can see the score in their head when they play it. I personally use the visual memory a lot. But of course, others feel that they have no visual memory at all. Regardless how you feel about that, you can always work on it. Try to remember how the page looks like. Where is that tricky spot? How does that note look like? Of course, anything you write on the page, any markings which you made, will help you to visualize this page. But if you have problems with visual memory, no worries. You still have your ears with auditory memory, you have your hands with muscle memory, you build your roadmap with landmarks along the way, you have emotions attached to this music, and you took time to develop your performance cues. You simply don't have to use every kind of memory. You just need to have enough support so all of those kinds of memory can help each other and, of course, to save you when you need it. Now you've done all of that, but don't wait till the very important moment of performance. Make sure you test yourself. No exception, before every performance, I do mock performance. I play the whole piece from memory without stopping no matter what. I make sure I record myself, I put extra pressure, yet better, I ask someone to listen to me. And I imagine I play for full audience. I put the pressure on myself, no way back. I have to make it through. Then, if something goes wrong, I'm not upset with myself. I just ask, exactly, where did my memory fail? Did those dominoes break because I didn't build a landmark there? And what cues can I add to make sure that this will never happen again? This way, every mistake will become my friend, which will teach me an important lesson. Please let me know in comments which piece you are working on and which tricks you found the most helpful. And if you like more help with your practicing and preparing for performances, check out the important information in this video description. Keep playing cello, stay with Cellopedia, and see you soon.